All right, class, let's go ahead and get started here. I actually want to begin this session today with some neck rolls, all right? And I think these are just as much for me today as they are anybody else. Maybe some of you have this from time to time, but maybe you sleep a little funny, all right? Need to work on the neck muscles. I certainly do that. I've actually got my neck muscles are so tight to the point where it's starting to irritate my jaw, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to get 30-second neck roll. We're thinking about drawing big circles with the chin, right? But we want to make sure that we're going to a point of mild discomfort, right? That range of motion needs to be comfortable, but still challenging us to get a good stretch, all right, on each side of the neck. So we're going to go ahead and get started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Go ahead, drawing big circles with the chin. Make sure you're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Actually, sleeping without a pillow last night did a lot of good. I think I'm gonna just sleep flat on my bed from now on. A pillow makes my neck pain worse. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Let's do the same thing now in the other direction. Again, drawing big circles in the air with the chin. Keep your breathing. Got about 20 seconds left in the other direction here, class. Nice quick warm up for us today. Some very familiar exercises as well in our workout. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. From here, class, I want to go into our posterior shoulder circles, all right? And I think these are best demonstrated from the side view. Again, pretend we have a dot on our shoulder there, on the tip of the shoulder, and we're going to imagine drawing a big circle in the air once again with that dot on the shoulder. Now, when I get to my good posture position, which is pinching my shoulders back, pushing my chest out, having my shoulder blades come back and down on my back side, I want to get a nice 1 or 2 second pause and then go forward with my next rep. All right, just a nice pause there in that good posture position. We're going to go for 30 seconds once again in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. There we go. Get that nice pause. Nice big circles. Think about really pushing your upper back behind you as you draw that circle, going forward, and then get a good pinch, push the chest forward as you draw that circle going backward. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. From there, class, I'm actually going to stand up here, and I'm going to go into our shoulder X's, okay? So remember how I set this one up. I'm going to stick my arms out in front of me, almost like I'm going to go diving into a pool, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn both my hands about 45 degrees to one direction, okay? So in this case, I'm turning my thumbs to my left side, going diagonal, all right? I'm going to let my left arm come up and my right arm go down. I'm pinching my shoulders back. I'm imagining I'm pulling a resistance band apart as I do this, and then I'm going to come right back to the start. We'll do that for 30 seconds. Then we're going to turn the thumbs the other direction, and we're going to get the other half of our X drawn in the air, all right? So I got my stopwatch here. We're going to knock out 30 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Pinch those shoulders as you open up the chest. Drawing half of that X in the air. Very good. Breathe in as you're closing the chest up. Breathe out as you open the chest. Checking my time. Got about 5 seconds left here, class. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Let those arms shake out a little bit here. All right. Let those arms shake out. Let's do the same thing now in the other direction, okay? We're gonna draw the other half of the X for 30 more seconds. Ready? Go ahead. Breathe in as you close the chest. Breathe out as you open back up. Pinch those shoulders back as you open up, every rep. Checking my time, about 10 seconds left, keep it up. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. Now, the next 2 exercises that I have in our warm-up are going to be kind of a spoiler for 2 of the exercises that we're going to be doing in our workout, okay? The first one I have for us is going to be our speed curl, okay? That's our bicep curl. So, as always, I want you to go with lighter weight, okay? Because we're going to be going for 30 seconds on this warm-up set, and then we'll be doing 2 sets of 30 seconds for the workout. So that's a little bit longer time. Go with your lighter weights. If you really want to use your heavy weights, you certainly can, all right? But either way, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with my palms facing my body. As always, I'm going to rotate my palms up to the ceiling as I curl my hands up to my shoulder, and I'm going to rotate them back toward my body as I come back to my starting position, okay? Now, we can do our speed curl with 2 arms together, or we can go 1 arm at a time. Just make sure that you're getting that good rotation of the palm as you go up and down, okay? So we'll go for 30 seconds here. My resistance is gonna be the stopwatch so I can keep track of our time. We're gonna get started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Go ahead. I'll do a side view here. Quick speed curl warm up. We want to warm up those bicep muscles through the motion that we're going to be using in the workout. Nice quick curls here. You can even be going without any weight for this warm up. About 5 seconds left here, class. Keep it up. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Now from here, this one takes a little bit of setup, okay? This is our warm-up for our triceps, okay? If we're gonna work the biceps, we're gonna work the triceps. We wanna have that good muscular balance, okay? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab the handles of my band here, and I'm gonna wrap up some excess, okay? Remember, the amount that you wrap up is really dependent on the stretch of the band there. If I wrap up too much, now it's going to be too hard to pull, okay? So make sure you have an adequate amount of space between your hands here on that band, all right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to place my right hand on my left shoulder, okay? Opposite hand to the opposite shoulder. Now I'm going to raise my same side arm up, and now I'm in a position. I'll do a side view. Couldn't think of what side I wanted to do there. But here I'm in a position now to extend my band against my anchor and come right back in. And you see we get that good extension of the elbow that is directly going to work our tricep muscles. And we call this our hammer extension because we're going to pretend that we're hammering a nail into the wall right in front of our face, okay? So what I'd like to do here, get yourself set up. We're going to knock out 10 reps on each side of this hammer extension exercise, all right? So we're going to get started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Coming out, back in. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Let your arms come down and dangle. Now, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So that means my left hand is going to be going to my right shoulder. I'm going to turn so I keep the working limb in the camera view. Let's knock out 10 more reps on the other side, all right? Hammering in that nail. Ready? Go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. So we can put that band away for now. Just like with that bicep curl warm-up, we are warming up the exact muscle group through the exact range of motion we're going to be using later on in the workout, okay? Now, for our last warm-up exercise here, class, I'm getting my chair, all right? I can use a chair or a wall here for some support, all right? We're going to be doing our lateral leg swings, okay? It's Wednesday. That means we have our frontal plane stability day, okay? So, with that being said, we're going to warm up our outer hip and inner hip muscles with our lateral leg swings, okay? Remember, I'm going to cross my plant leg, and I'm going to point my toe in the direction that I'm swinging, okay? So if I'm bringing my right leg across the left, I'm going to point my toes that direction, and then I'm going to open my toes back up, point them back the opposite way, okay? Pointing my toes to the left as I go left, pointing my toes right as I go right, okay? We'll do the same thing on both legs. 30 seconds here. We're going to go ahead and get started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Go ahead. Get that good swing. You don't want to go too far out. You want to make sure your torso is staying nice and tall. Get those toes to point the direction that you're swinging. Left and then right. Back and forth. We're getting great muscular activation in that plant leg as well. About 6 seconds left. Keep it up. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Shake out that plant leg if you need to. Let's go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. All right? And then we'll get to our balance work. We're going to get started in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Point those toes left as you go left. Pointing to the right as you go right. Keep your torso nice and tall, directly above your plant leg. About halfway through this set, keep it up. Very good. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Now, I like doing the toe pointing because it works our muscles a little bit more, all right, especially if we're preparing to do the lateral leg raise later on in the workout. I also think that it works our ankle mobility a little bit more as well, right? When we focus on moving our ankles through that range of motion, all right? Now, our balance work. I don't want my chair to get too far away, okay, or my wall, because we might want to use that for some extra support, okay? Now, I'm going to talk about our stances. We have our wide, narrow, staggered, tandem as always, okay? And the same 2 progressions we've been working on the last couple days, working on one arm up at a time, up and down, and then the 12-inch finger focus out in front, restricting our vision, okay? But I'm gonna hold the stopwatch out in front, all right? So I can keep track of our time a little bit better, all right? So go ahead and pick a stance that you're comfortable with. Remember, if you're going staggered or tandem, we can always switch our feet in between sets, okay? So I'm gonna go with the wide stance today, just to kind of demonstrate each of the different ones we have. And we're gonna get our first set of 20 seconds here in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. I'm also going with the arm up and down, one at a time. Always pick an exercise here that you're comfortable with and that is appropriate for you. As always, keep your breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. Now, again, if you're going staggered or tandem, switch your feet around if you want to. I'm going to go with the narrow stance for this one. I'll go with the arms again. All right? Ready? Go ahead. Next set. 20 more seconds. Definitely feel my center of mass wanting to shift over as my arm goes up, right? Definitely have that chair or wall there for support if you need it. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. Now switch your feet once again. I'm gonna go with the 12-inch focus for these last 2 sets, and I'm gonna go with the staggered stance for this particular set, all right? So I got 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, all right? Let's knock out our third set of 20 seconds here. Ready? Go ahead. I don't wanna hold the stopwatch too far out in front of me or else I can't see the time anymore. There we go. Just focus all your attention on that finger or whatever you're holding out in front. Restrict your vision, make your other balance systems work harder and get better. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. Now, let's get our last set. I'm switching my feet here, and I'm also gonna go to the tandem stance, all right? So, I'm actually gonna do a side view here. I think that'd be good. All right, last 20 seconds here, ready? Go ahead. Very good, keep it up, class. 10 seconds left. This one I'm definitely feeling a little wobbly on. 3, 2, 1, relax, very good. Now, I wanna move on from balance to our power, okay? And like I said, we're gonna start going through more of a variable rotation here with our power stuff. So we did our catch step and our hip thrust on Monday. Today, I wanna do the pillow slam and the linear, right? That means forward and backward, toe taps or leg swings with a freeze, okay? So the overhead pillow slam is gonna be 2 sets of 8, okay? And remember, we can slam into the chair, all right? You see I'm starting in my athletic position. I'm gonna bring that pillow up above my head. I'm gonna slam it into the chair. That way I don't have to bend over or do a deadlift to pick it up, okay? That's an option that we have. If you want to work yourself through that deadlift position, okay, and do a little extra work, we can come up, slam on the floor as a quiet slam, and I'm gonna work on my deadlift, right? Just like we do with the laundry basket, okay? Knees are shoved outward, back is nice and flat, chest is up. We pick up the pillow, and we go into our next rep, okay? So 2 sets of 8 there. On the toe taps, right? The toe taps are gonna be the base exercise. The leg swings are gonna be the progression that's a little tougher. Remember to focus on sticking your leg back as much as you do forward, okay? Make those glutes and hamstrings do some work, okay? It'll be 30 seconds. I wanna get you about 3 or 4 freezes per 30 seconds. But remember, my goal is to catch you off guard, okay? We're simulating a situation where you lose your balance for real, all right? And we're gonna be working on stabilizing quickly so that you can do it should that happen to you out in the real world, okay? So let's actually start with the pillow slams, okay? I had a couple people inform me that the pillow slams scared their pets because of the noise on the floor. I want to apologize for that. I hope it's not too big of a problem, okay? But if it is a big issue, just let me know, and I can try to modify it somehow, all right? But just remember, the noise, the pillow slam, isn't just about, making noise for noise sake. It's about getting the power of the exercise, right? You want your muscles to snap down quickly because we want to use those fast twitch muscle fibers. Those are the ones that are a little bit larger. They have a lot to do with our muscle mass, and they have a lot to do with the power that we're working on. And those are the muscle fibers that we tend to lose as we get older, all right? And as we lose those muscle fibers, we tend to lose function. So that's kind of my big reason for wanting to have a powerful upper body exercise here, okay? Now, for this first set, I'm gonna slam the pillow into the chair, all right? Just to kind of demonstrate that. For the second set, I'll slam it onto the floor, all right? So I'm gonna do a side view here. I'm gonna grab my pillow, I'm gonna get set athletically. We're gonna knock out 8 reps together here in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? I'm coming up and slam. All right? Similar to a hip thrust, right? We wanna come up, thrust those hips, slam. That's number 2. Going to 8 here. Ready? Coming up. That's 3. Keep going here. That's 4. We're halfway through this set. 5. Uh-oh, my pillow almost slid off my chair. That's 6. 2 more. 7. And 8. Nice job. Now I'm going to put this off to the side. If you are slamming your pillow into a chair, you can just grab that chair if you need to. We're going to go into our toe taps or leg swings. Okay, I got my stopwatch. I'll do a frontal view for this first set. All right, we're going to go 30 seconds on the right and then the left. Then we'll go back to the pillow slams. We're going to get started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Go ahead. Toe tap or leg swing. Freeze. Go. Freeze. Go. Freeze. Go. Nice job. Freeze. And relax. Awesome. All right, so I did the toe tap on that side. I'm going to do the leg swing on this side. All right, so switch legs here. We got 30 more seconds. Ready? Go ahead and go right into it. Go ahead. Get that kick to go back as well as forward. Work those glutes and hamstrings. Freeze. Go. About 1 or 2 seconds on that freeze here, class. Freeze. Go. Freeze. Go. Freeze. And relax. Good. Hopefully I'm doing a good job of catching you off guard. If you were all here with me in this room, it'd be a lot easier for me to tell. But again, my goal is to catch you off guard there, right? Make you have to stabilize quickly, all right? Almost reflexively, okay? So let's get our last set of the pillow slams here, class. Here, I'm gonna do a frontal view this time, and I'm gonna really talk about that deadlift, okay? Because I'm going to slam into the floor, all right? We got 8 more reps. We're gonna get started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Coming up, slam, deadlift, shove those knees out, pick that pillow up. That's 2. That's 3. I'm gonna make everybody in Forker be able to hear this. That's 4, halfway through. That's 5. That's 6, 2 more. That's 7, last one. And 8. Nice job. All right. The people in the exercise clinic are gonna be wondering what that noise was. Getting my chair back, I'm gonna go with a side view here for these toe taps or leg swings, okay? We got 30 more seconds on each leg. There's almost a little bit of a cardio effect on those pillow slams too. Kind of out of breath now, all right? Let's go ahead and go right into this first set of 30 seconds. Ready? Go ahead. Freeze. Go. Freeze. Go. Halfway through this set. Freeze. Go. Nice job. Keep moving. Freeze. And relax. Good job. Now I'm going to switch sides, or switch legs. That means I'm switching sides. All right. Keep that working limb in the camera view. I'm going to go with the swing once again. All right. We're going to get started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Go ahead. Freeze. Freeze. Go. About 8 seconds left. Keep it up. Freeze. Go. Freeze. And relax. Nice job. Okay, class. Grab a sip of water here if you need to. All right, catch your breath if you need to. I definitely needed to catch my breath after those pillow slams. But I want to go into our hip exercise for today, which is going to be our outward knee presses or our lateral leg raise, okay? So my first exercise, I have my resistance band because I have the straight line band with the handles on each side. I'm going to double it up, maybe. There we go, if I can figure it out. And step through, okay? That's going to provide great resistance. I'm going to have to hold these, the band in place and shove my knees out. I've got my, got my good posture, right? Big chest. Pinch the shoulders after we worked on it in the warm-up. And we're going to get 20 outward presses, all right? 20 total. You can also use your hands, okay, if you want to do that instead. You might also get a little bit of an arm workout that way as well, okay? Now, so 20 on the outward knee press. Those of us who don't want to do that one can also do the lateral leg raise, okay? That'll be 10 on each side, or 20 total. And remember, we're not just going out, we're gonna go out and back. And you see I'm pointing my toes to the right as I go out to the right, okay? Just like in the warm-up, we wanna have our toes go out that direction. So on my right leg, I point my toes to the right. On my left leg, when I get to it, I'll point my toes out to the left as I go out and back, all right? You really wanna feel this right there on the glute and the side of the hip, okay? So important for our lower body limb alignment, okay? Now, that's gonna be for 2 sets. The exercise I wanna pair with that is gonna be our bicep curls, okay? And I'm keeping the bicep curls simple today, just so I have more time to get other things done. We're gonna start off, same position as the warm-up, palms facing my body. We're gonna rotate them up to the shoulder, rotate them back on the way down, okay? Now I can go 2 arms together, or I can go 1 arm at a time, okay? And because we're going for 30 seconds, I'm kind of biased toward the lighter dumbbells, okay? So I want you to use those ones, but if you want to use your heavier ones, that is totally fine. Just make sure your technique, all right, is good, okay? So that'll be 2 sets of 30 seconds to pair with our hip exercise. Why don't we start with the hip exercise, okay? So we have the outward knee press option. Go ahead and start setting up for that one. If you're going to choose that one, we have the lateral leg raise option. One more thing I want to say about that one, just like in the warm-up, we're not sticking our leg out so far that our torso has to lean over, okay? We want to stick that leg out to make the muscles do the work, but keep our torso steady over our plant leg, okay? So I want us to all get started together. We've got 20 reps total, no matter what you're doing. We're gonna get started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? I'm going out and back in. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think, and 10. Go ahead and switch legs. Go right into it. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 2 more, 19, and 20. Everybody relax. Very good. I started my stopwatch there because I used to time that set to see how long it would take us to go through it. And I kind of forgot that I don't need to do that anymore. So, but I do need my stopwatch for the bicep curl, all right? Now, as always, my resistance is going to just be the stopwatch. All right, that way I can keep track of the time. All right, grab your weights, light or heavy, whatever you prefer. We're gonna go for 30 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Go ahead. Either both arms or one arm at a time, whatever you prefer. Really rotate those palms up and back. Get that good full range of motion. Get those weights to come all the way up to the shoulder. And then all the way back down to the start. About 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. That's one set down on each exercise. Let's get our second and final hip exercise out of the way. Outer hip exercise, I should say. Go ahead and set yourselves up for the outward knee press with the band or your hands, if that's what you prefer. Give a couple extra seconds or two there. And I'm gonna get set up here for my lateral leg raise. And I'm actually, now that I think about it, I'm gonna do a side view so I can really show that diagonal path of my leg that's gonna make my muscles work even more, all right? Let's get 20 reps total in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Out and back behind me. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go ahead and switch legs while I switch sides quick. Ready? Go right into it. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. That was about 50 seconds there. I timed it just because I was curious. That was about 50 seconds. Hopefully my counting was good. I'm still doing that thing where I'm already thinking about the next exercise while I'm counting. And I forget where I'm at on my numbers. All right, I gotta keep my stopwatch here. 30 more seconds on that bicep curl. I'm gonna go with a frontal view this time, and I'm gonna go with the unilateral, or one arm at a time, okay? You continue to do what's comfortable for you, all right? 30 more seconds in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Go ahead. Keep that breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, as always. Very good. Checking my time here, class. We still got 10 seconds left. Keep it up. Three, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Now, grab a sip of water for me here, class. Catch your breath if you need to. I'm going to go over our next 2 exercises. We should already know what they are. I'm going to continue using this as my quote-unquote pillow, all right? We're going to knock out 2 sets of 5 on the pillow squeeze. Now we're sitting in the chair. I want you to make sure that you're sitting up nice and tall. We have good posture, right? Big chest, pinch the shoulders. I want you to make this exercise intense, all right? So when I say squeeze, I want you to really squeeze whatever you got there between your knees, okay? Really squeeze it. Remember, we're gonna go to a 1, 2, 3 count. When I give you the number 3, that's when it's time to relax, all right? Then we'll squeeze again, 2, 2, 3. And then we relax on 3, okay? We're gonna go to 5. 2 sets of 5 to be exact on that exercise, okay? Now, the upper body exercise I want to pair with that is going to be our tricep extension. And if you remember, we have 2 different versions of that, okay? We have our overhead tricep extension. I'm going to kneel on the floor here for this, all right? So, and I'll go on the side. For any elbow extension exercise, you want to keep your elbow fixed, all right, as always. So if I'm going overhead, I'm going to keep my elbows in place. I'm going to extend up and back down, all right? I want to get my full extension and come right back down. My elbows might move around a little bit. It's not going to be perfect, but just do your best to keep them as still as possible, okay? Now, if we're a little bit wary of overhead resistance, we can always do our tricep kickback, all right? So I'm going to find my athletic position. I want to make sure I have a good forward lean. Elbows are locked in near the bottom of my rib cage on each side, and I'm going to extend back and come right back to the start. Now, one thing I forgot to say, two things I forgot to say, is we can once again go with the light or heavy dumbbells. This is going to be 2 sets of 30 seconds, just like the bicep curl, okay? And we can also work on going with one arm at a time versus two. So I can go one arm here while the other one stays, and then switch it up. Same thing with the kickback, all right? I can get set here. I can go one arm, then maybe you'll be able to see, there's my other arm behind me there, okay? So those are your options on the tricep. I'd like us to start with the pillow squeeze, okay? So I'm finding my chair, I'm finding my pillow, and I'm going to make sure I have good posture. I don't need to time this one. We're gonna knock out 1 set of 5 here together in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Squeeze, make this intense. 1, 2, 3. Remember, we relax on 3. All right, ready? Squeeze, 2, 2, 3. Relax on 3. 3 more here. Ready? Squeeze, 3, 2, 3. Squeeze, 4, 2, 3. Last one. Ready? Squeeze, 5, 2, 3. Very good. Make that exercise intense. Remember, we only do half or less than half on the inner thigh and hip as what we would do on the outer thigh and hip, because we want this outside hip musculature to be able to overcome the inner hip and thigh musculature, right? Because we don't want to have those knees caving in. We want to be able to shove them out, okay? Now I got my stopwatch here. We're going to go with our tricep choice. I'm going to go overhead for the first one, all right? You do whatever's comfortable for you. We're going to get started in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Get that full extension and keep those elbows in place. No matter which option you choose, whether you're going double arm or single arm, always get that full extension and keep those elbows in place as best you can. Checking my time. Got about 7 seconds left here, class. Keep it up. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Let's knock out our last set of the pillow squeeze. 1 more set of 5. Remember, I'll always give you a squeeze cue. Okay, so I'll always tell you when to squeeze. We'll count out the rep, and then we relax on 3. All right? Check your posture. We're going to get started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Squeeze. 1, 2, 3. Squeeze. 2, 2, 3. Squeeze. 3, 2, 3. Squeeze. 4, 2, 3. 1 more. Squeeze. 5, 2, 3. Very good. That is it for the pillow squeeze. There we go. Let's knock out our last set of the tricep choice. I'm going to go with the kickback for this one. All right? Let me get this out of the way. So go ahead and get yourself situated with your weights. We've got 30 more seconds of tricep work in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Go ahead. There we go. I'm going with a double arm kick back here. Those of you who have done this exercise with me before will know that the kickback is the tricep exercise that I feel the most tricep activation with. All right? No other tricep exercise fatigues my muscles like the kickback. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. That's why the tricep kickback is my favorite way to work my triceps. All right, now catch your breath, get some water if you need to. I'm gonna go over our third superset. We're getting really good at getting our third resistance set in, okay? We're gonna do an exercise that's familiar to those of us who've been here in the summer, and we're gonna do an exercise that's completely new, all right? Or as far as new goes for this class, okay? The first one that's familiar that we're gonna do is our goal posts, okay? If you remember our goal post, right, we're making this position, looks like a field goal post, all right? But this is the end position of the rep, okay? The starting position, if you remember, I use that term closing the lid, right? We're closing the lid down. Here's my starting position. You want to have your forearms parallel to the floor, all right? We're gonna come up, pinch those shoulders back. This is a rotator cuff exercise here, class. We're working those external rotators, okay? And then we come right back down, all right? Close the lid. I'd like us to do 2 sets of 15, okay? In the past, back when we didn't really have any distinction between using lighter weight and heavier weight, we just used weight, right? We did 2 sets of 10. Now that we have lighter and heavier weight, I'd like us to use your lighter weight today and go with 15 reps, right? More of an endurance set. Work those rotator cuff muscles today, okay? So every set of goal posts that we do is going to be lined up with a set of lateral leans, okay? That's a core exercise that's in our frontal plane, right? Because this is frontal plane day, it's Wednesday. The standing lateral lean, that's where you might want to have your heavier weights, or you can go with your lighter weights. Another option here is, well, actually, never mind. Forget about that. That's a different thing. Sorry about that. So either your lighter weights or your heavier weights, okay? What I'm going to do is hold them at my sides. It's the exact same starting position as my bicep curl, right? My palms are facing my body. What I'm gonna do is stay nice and tall. I'm not gonna lean forward or anything like that. I wanna have good posture, and I'm gonna lean to the side, okay? It's almost like you're trying to take your dumbbell and slide it down the outside of your knee. You're gonna use your opposite side core muscles to then straighten yourself back out, okay? Then when I wanna go to the other side, I'm gonna lean my dumbbell here. Again, like I'm trying to slide it down the outside of my knee, and then use the opposite side core muscles to straighten myself back out again, okay? Now, rather than number of reps, I'd rather do that one for time, okay? That will be 2 sets of 30 seconds, kind of fitting in with the theme of the bicep and tricep exercises from earlier, okay? So I'm gonna go with my light dumbbells here for my goal posts to start, okay? And I like to do my goal posts right up here near the camera, all right? So I'm gonna find my starting position. Don't forget, class, you can always go without weight for an exercise, all right? You don't have to have the weight with you if you don't want to. But I'm gonna find my starting position. Forearms are parallel to the floor. We're gonna knock out 15 reps in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Coming up and back down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, going to 15 here, remember? That's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Very good. Definitely feeling a good burn there. Okay, rotator cuff work should feel like a burn through that area of the shoulder. Okay, now hold on to your weights or grab your heavy ones if you want to. Let's go into our standing lateral lean here. Okay, I've got my stopwatch once again. We're going to go for 30 seconds going back and forth in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Go ahead. Slide that hand down. Get a nice bend forward, or bend to the side, sorry. And alternate. Make those opposite side core muscles do some work there. Now check your posture. I'm going to do a side view. Okay, keep it up. Don't lean forward. Okay, you want to stay nice and tall. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. Now, I shouldn't have used a negative cue there. That's my fault, right? I should just say, stay nice and tall, right? If we lean forward here, we're going to be starting to use different muscles, okay? And potentially putting some stress on our back as well. So, stay as tall as you can as you lean side to side, right? Keep everything within this plane of motion, right? Just going sideways for everything, okay? Let's knock out our last set of goal posts here. All right, so I got my light dumbbells. I'm gonna find my starting position. We're gonna get started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Coming up and back down. That's 1. Going to 15. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Very good. That is it for the goal posts. And now let's get our last set of those standing lateral leans, making sure that we're nice and tall. All right? 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. Very good. We're going to finish off this set class, and then we're going to go into our cardio. All right? After we finish our cardio, we'll knock out a quick cool down, and then we'll be done for the day. Checking my time, still got about 6 seconds left. Keep it up. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. Now, take a second here, catch your breath, get some water. I'm gonna go over our 2 exercises for cardio. Now, like I said, frontal plane day, we're gonna work on frontal plane cardio exercises. Now, the upper body exercise I have for this cardio set is going to be our half jack. Okay, so if you remember, I can go right arm and right leg, and vice versa. For my first progression, I can go both arms, no matter which leg I stick out, or I can go with a full jumping jack. Okay, whatever's comfortable for you there. We're going to be doing our 3 sets of 30 seconds for that one, okay? Remember, I took 15 seconds off the half jack progressions, all right? Now, the exercise I want to pair with that is going to be our marching straddle steps. So you want to find a good athletic position. I'm going to stick one foot out wide, the other foot goes out wide, and then I'm bringing them back into where they started, okay? The cadence that you can follow is exactly the same as your V step, okay? So you can think wide, wide, narrow, narrow, okay? Just don't have your first step be so wide that you can barely get your other foot out wide, and then you're in a precarious position. all right? So just keep your stability in mind as you go. That'll be 3 sets of 45 seconds, all right? So we're gonna do the half jack first for 30 seconds. We're gonna get started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Go ahead. I'm doing my favorite progression here for the half jack. Think about the width of your step, okay? We can really work the outer hip and thigh muscles that we worked earlier in the half jack, okay? You can stick your toes out to the side like we did before and get a nice wide step. Also getting some good motion with the arms. 3, 2, 1. Relax and reset. Straddle step. Think wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Good. I'm not going to repeat that over and over so I don't screw people up. Think about switching which foot you start with every once in a while, right? Make your brain work. We can also go faster and get lower, right? Those are other ways to make this exercise more intense. Do whatever's best for you. Keep that breathing, keep that posture as well. Very good. We're gonna transition in 3, 2, and 1. Back to the half jack. Go ahead, 30 more seconds. This is our second set through. Keep that breathing, especially on one like this, where we're bringing the arms above the head, right? In through the nose and out through the mouth. Get that nice wide step. Good coordination of the upper and lower body. 3, 2, 1. Relax and reset. Back to the straddle step. Now, think about your posture here. I'm going to go to the side view, right? Big chest, pinch your shoulders. Make sure you're looking up at where you're going. You don't want to start to round out your back. All right, especially as we start getting fatigued. Checking my time here, class. We still got 20 seconds left. Keep pushing. We've got one more set of each exercise here after this set. Keep that breathing, keep that pace. 3, 2, 1. Relax and reset. Back to the half jack. I'm just going half jack all the way through. I don't really feel like doing the jumping jack today. I apologize. Checking my time. Very good. Keep it up. This is going to take us to the 3-minute mark here, class. Last set on this half jack progression. Checking my time here. 3, 2, 1. Relax and reset. Back to the marching straddle step. Last time through. Keep that breathing. Keep that posture. Remember, you want to maintain that pace. Same pace at the end that you had at the beginning. 20 seconds left. Gonna go side view here. Keep that posture, right? Look up at your target. Nice job here, class. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Now, catch your breath. Grab some water here. I'm gonna really quickly go over my cool down and check to see who's all here. Awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
I was late, but I'm here now.
Oh, I see you, Carol. No worries. I'm just glad that you're here.
Yeah, I had another appointment this morning.
That's totally fine. I was almost late on Monday. I was speeding to get here. I'm glad I didn't get pulled over. All righty. Now our cool down here. Remember to give me some thumbs here when you're ready here, class. Pretty easy cool down here. Pretty straightforward. I just got to remember to do one stretch in particular. Awesome. We're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go back to Big Chris. There we go, full screen. The first exercise class, and this is pretty typical of our bicep and tricep days, right? We're gonna do our wing spread stretch to start. That's also gonna get the chest, and it's also gonna get our rotator cuff muscles that come around the front, okay? So what I wanna do here is get my arms up and out, and I'm gonna turn my thumbs down and back behind me, okay? Same thing on the other side, down and back behind me. Go ahead and start. We've got 30 seconds here on this one. Remember to keep your posture, nice tall posture, keep your breathing. You don't have to be stepping around like I do. I just can't stay still. I'm gonna try though. 10 seconds left. Stretching those biceps. Might even feel this in the forearms here as well. 3, 2, 1, relax. Let those arms come down and dangle, all right? Now I'm gonna go back to my kneeling position here, and we're gonna do our tried and true tricep stretch for the day. This one's overhead. That's why we're only gonna do it for 20 seconds, all right? Kind of prevent that breathing challenge from getting too difficult. So I'm gonna do my right arm first. I'm gonna make sure, and remember, when we come out of this stretch, we're coming down with control. We're not just gonna flop our arms down, all right? So let's get this arm up. We're pointing the elbow to the ceiling. I'm gonna get a gentle tug of the elbow there. 20 seconds, go ahead. Emphasis on gentle, especially if you're a little wary of your shoulder stability, like I am. Make sure you're also keeping your posture. Big chest, pinch the shoulders. Keep that breathing. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. Let's switch sides. I like to give a side view of this one just like I do that back scratch, right? Because we want to keep that posture. Now I got my left arm coming up. Go ahead, gentle tug. Checking my time. Still got 10 seconds left here, class. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good, coming down with control. The next one here, class, is gonna focus on the rotator cuff muscles that we worked in the goal post, okay? So that's gonna be our modified sleeper. What I'm gonna do is get my arm up like I'm gonna arm wrestle somebody. I don't want my arm straight ahead. I don't want it all the way out. I want it in the middle, right? Like you're rotating it out 45 degrees. Turn the arm down. Gentle push on that wrist, all right? 30 seconds here, excuse me, go ahead. There we go. Emphasis on gentle, just like the last one here. As always, you can have your elbow resting on a table or something like that on the edge so your hand can kind of come down below the elbow. Nothing wrong with that. 10 seconds left, and then we're gonna switch sides. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. Let's go ahead and switch arms. Shake that one out a little bit if you need to, okay? And then we're gonna switch arms. 30 more seconds. Go ahead. We're doing really good on time too. I'm getting better at getting through our stuff quicker. About 15 seconds left, class, and then we're gonna move on. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. Let that arm shake out a little bit. Now this next stretch is gonna be our wall twister, okay? I still haven't put the tape on the wall like I want to. I'll do that soon. But remember, we have those 2 spots up above that are nice and wide. They're above our head. And then we have those 2 spots that are a little lower and they're a little more narrow, okay? Right? I go from wide to narrow. This is the default placement of my hands down here on those narrow spots, okay? I'm gonna take my right hand, I'm gonna slide it, make sure my shirt doesn't come up. I'm gonna slide it diagonally and up to the opposite side. Now I like this stretch for 2 reasons today. One, it's gonna help work our lats a little bit here, right? We did the half jack, right? We're using those muscles for that. I also like if we get a little bit of a lean to the side, now we're also gonna get a good stretch down the side of our torso. That's gonna complement our standing lateral lean, okay? So find a spot on the wall. If you wanna do that there, you can also just maybe stand out in open space and get a nice stretch, all right? We're gonna go for 20 seconds on each side here in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Now keep track of the time. Feel that stretch all the way down the side of your body. We're knocking 2 stretches out here with one, or 2 exercises out here with 1 stretch. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. Now from here, class, let's do the other side, and then we're gonna move into our lower body, all right? So now I'm gonna take my left hand and slide it up to the right. Go ahead, 20 more seconds. Get that stretch all the way down the side. Keep your breathing here, as always. 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. Now, the last 2 stretches that I have for us are gonna be for the inside and outside of the hips and thighs, right? We wanna complement those exercises. Now, we're gonna work the inside of the thigh first, and I wanna go with our seated groin stretch. Now, if you remember, this one has a lot of moving parts to it, so I'm gonna make sure I explain it really well, right? Hopefully I explain it really well. I'm gonna slide to the front of my seat, okay? That way I have a little bit more flexibility with my legs. So I'm sitting on the front of the chair. Make sure you don't slide off. And I'm gonna stick my legs out nice and wide, okay? I'm digging my heels into the floor. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lean to the side, okay? The side that I'm leaning toward, I'm gonna get my leg to bend there. That's gonna take on more of my body weight. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this foot down and rotate my chest toward my bent leg. That's gonna help me get a nice stretch down the inside of my thigh, okay? Now, what I'm gonna have us do, if we don't like that one, we can always go with our butterfly stretch. And this is a stretch that I have completely forgotten about up until like the month of August rolled around. So the butterfly stretch, just sitting up nice and tall. I've got the bottoms of my shoes pressed up against each other, and I'm just trying to push my knees down toward the floor, all right? That's gonna get both legs. So if you're gonna do this one, I'd like you to hold this one for 60 seconds while the rest of us do 30 and 30 on each side for the seated groin stretch, all right? So I know 60 seconds is a while, but we're still within our good range of time for stretching time length, all right? So let's go ahead and pick whichever one you prefer. I'm gonna lean to one side, bend that leg. I'm gonna turn the other foot down and twist my chest toward that bent leg. Get this nice stretch here. Go ahead, got my timer going. Now you wanna keep your posture here too. Just because we're leaning to one side and having our body weight be kind of held up by this thigh doesn't give us any reason to start slouching, right? We wanna keep the shoulders pinched, keep the chest out. Keep that breathing. 10 seconds left before we switch. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Keep holding your butterfly if you're doing that one. Let's switch the side that we're leaning toward. Turn those toes and twist your chest toward that other leg there, the one that's bent in this half of the stretch. Go ahead. Keep your posture. Got about 20 seconds left here, class. Then we'll knock out one more stretch for the day. Three, two, one, relax. Very good. Now the final stretch that I have for us here, class, is the waiting room stretch, right? To work the outside of the hip and thigh. Remember, we can cross our leg at the ankle, below the knee, or above the knee. If you're in the chair, we're gonna stay nice and tall with our posture. We're gonna lean forward, get a nice stretch on the outside of the hip and thigh. If we're on the floor, or we prefer to be on the floor for this one, we can also do our figure 4 stretch there, okay? So I've got one leg crossed over. I can slide my plant leg toward my hips and get the exact same stretch in those muscles, all right? Let's get 30 seconds on each side. Go ahead. I'm gonna do the floor version first. Now your posture's a little compromised here on the floor, right? We can still work on trying to stay nice and tall, big chest, pinch the shoulders, and breathing as always. 10 seconds left. Three, two, one, relax. Now if you're on the floor, stay on the floor and just switch legs. I'm going to do the stretch from the chair to finish this up. All right, go ahead. 30 more seconds. Keep that posture as you lean forward in the chair. $15 seconds left. Nice job. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. That's all that I have for you for today, class. I want to thank you all so much for participating once again, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day.